4 a.m. I think it's officially the first full day of fall. 9/23/2024. Summer is done. And it's cold today. It's like 50 degrees out. So can I turn the overhead light on here? I got the cap on. You know, when I was wearing this in the old days, it meant that business was about to be done. And business is going to be done. I got an hour of calisthenics to do. Then it's 5 o'clock. I'm at the Y. We get in the water. We swim. Then we lift. I might even soak in the sauna and the whirlpool a little bit just to kind of warm up because I know it's going to be a cold day. Cold showers kind of get you ready for the day, but man, I'm feeling a little bit chilly right now. It's going to be an interesting Monday. It's going to be an interesting week. I have my first step in the grievance process, trying to get my job back. You know, I love my job as much as Jordan Love and Tom Brady love football, so I'm going to try everything I can to get my job back so I at least can say goodbye to everybody that I worked so hard with over the past 2 decades. That's important to me. I've been thinking a lot about my son Garrison. Like, he asked me yesterday, he's like, "Dad, can you teach me self-defense?" And I was like, Like, there's one thing I don't want to teach my son is how to hurt people. I don't want to teach him that. Not at all. Like, and I don't want to teach him chess either. I'm done with chess and I'm done with hurting people. These are things that I want to leave behind. I don't ever want to visit again. So I told Garrison, I said, as you grow up and you become a man and you decide on having a family, yes, you need to learn how to defend yourself. You need to learn how to take care of yourself and protect your family. I said, that's important. But you're not going to learn that from me. If you want to learn that, you're going to have to do that yourself the way I did, because no one taught me. I taught myself. And then my son asked me the most important question I've heard in a long time. And he said, "Dad, are you a reacher?" And I didn't know what to say. Every hermit needs a cave, right? Well, I just got done doing a lot of pull-ups, a lot of push-ups, and a lot of squats, and it's still bone dark out. I walked by the bathrooms over there. Can you see the bathrooms? I'm going to stick my camera out the little hidey hole in the side of my cave here. And I noticed that there is a security camera watching the bathrooms here at Washington Park. So I stood in front of it for quite some time and used my fingers to make the heart symbol and held it high for about 10, 15 seconds. I don't think anybody's going to see that, but that's okay, at least on the camera. But I believe Grandpa Bob saw it, and it's getting darker every day. Sun sets earlier, sun rises later. So I'm just kind of laying in this jungle gym where kids play, and if I really, really wanted to catch some sleep, I got my towel balled up behind my head. You know, I kind of stretched out here, and I could take a nap here under the stars. That would make people sad, though, because, you know, people don't like it when people sleep in the park. Not too long ago, I talked to a police officer, Officer Edwards, that was on Betty Street in my neighborhood. I was going on one of my many walks, and Officer Edwards pulled over a car, and I sat and waited patiently, didn't interfere with police business. But after the citation was given and the civilian drove off, I approached Officer Edwards and I asked him a few questions. And I said, Officer Edwards, the first thing I asked, number one, is your body cam going? He's like, yes, sir. I said, thank you, because I love accountability. Of course, I didn't have my camera in my hands because I do not film people without their permission. I bet if I would have asked nicely and said, hey, Officer Edwards, you're filming me. Do you mind if I film you? He would have said, not at all, because you can just see by the look in his eyes, he's a good guy, trying to make the world a better place. So I asked Officer Edwards, I said, hey, are there any laws or codes or, rules that help people in Neenah, Wisconsin from helping the homeless? And he said, no, that there weren't. And ironically, maybe a day or two after I asked Officer Edwards that question, the Neenah newspaper came, and on the front page, it talked about, well, what are we going to do with all these homeless people? So, I don't know. Times are changing. I hope that there never comes a day in Neenah, Wisconsin, where if you give a $2 bill to a homeless person or you give a loaf of bread to a hungry person, you get in trouble for it, because that's just not the world I want to live in. It's not the place I want to live in. So I don't know if any homeless people are going to come by the bathroom today, but I'm kind of on stakeout. I'm just going to kind of hang out here and watch. And if the police come by and see my car and go, what's that Mrgrrr up to? Well, Mrgrrr is up to his old ways, because you know what? I'm a creature of habit. Just about 2 minutes ago, I think it was a gentleman, it's hard to see, someone with a really, really bad cough walked by, went by the bathrooms. Like, my son Gabriel had a really, really, really bad cough. He gave it to me. Garrison's still dealing with it, and I think my darling wife goes to the doctor today at 8:40 a.m. to go hopefully get some antibiotics so she can kick that nasty, nasty cough that's going around. When you make your bed, you got to lay in it, and having the best health insurance ever, it's going to be something that my family sorely misses. And I've been thinking a lot about the young lady that I wrote the letter to give to at the Mood Boost Walk. Her grandmother didn't make it, so I never got to give that letter. And God forbid, Gabriel or Garrison get cancer along the way. And you just got to hope that if something like that happens, that you're ready for it. Is anybody ever ready for their kid getting cancer? Is anyone ever ready for losing their home, being homeless? These are things that Mrgrrr thinks about when he's sitting in his cave. This might be part of my new day tradition. Do my pull-ups, do my push-ups, do my squats. The pool is so busy at 5 a.m. and there's a lot of people there that have been coming to the Y that early a lot longer than I have. So I guess kind of like taking a number at the butcher shop. I can wait in line a little bit. And I'm going to wait in line here in my little cave and just keep an eye on this little corner of the world and see if there's people that really, really need help. And if there are, I got them.